Good evening, dear friends. My name is Rohit Lala, and today we are going to cover the topic that is inventory management. And today also we will cover numerical sums in this lecture. So, basically, brushing up the theory, what is the basic objective of holding inventory? Suppose if we are having two situations, and if we are going to have a more inventory as required, then what happens? We have to pay more cost for that holding that inventory. Now if the situation is opposite to that, if we are having less inventory and if the demand is more, then what happens? There would be a possibility of stock outs. So to avoid all this thing, we have to keep appropriate inventory, and that can be known through inventory management concept. Now we would be seeing different types of cost. So first cost is ordering cost. So according to ordering cost, or according to me, when we place any order and at that time there is any cost associated with order, that is basically known as ordering cost. Like for example, cost of preparing purchase order, transportation, receiving goods, inspection of the goods, accounting and auditing, etc. So this all are considered as a ordering cost. Like whenever we place any order, at that time the cost is there, or whenever we are just paying for the goods to be delivered at our warehouse, that is again added to the ordering cost. Whenever sometimes if we think that inspection is to be done, like if there are two different cities or two different countries, we would send a person or we would send an inspector to inspect that goods and prepare the report, and then only we will take the delivery. So that type of all costs are considered under ordering cost. Now the second type of cost is carrying cost, which is also known as holding cost. Whenever we have purchased the goods, it is at our warehouse, we would be holding that goods for 1 year. That type of cost is basically known as a holding cost. So now obviously called cost of storage would be there, that would be considered as like rent of warehouse and all that. Handling would be there, insurance, taxes, wastage, interest on locked up capital in an inventory. So this all costs are considered as a carrying cost. See, now this is most important topic for the day, that order size and inventory. See, this is having an inverse relationship. First is with increase in order size, like we place the order in a bulk, the ordering cost would be reduced, but carrying cost, the holding cost would be more. Now in a different scenario, if we are just giving less number of order, then ordering cost would increase and carrying cost would be reduced. So only there is a trade-off. Trade-off means negative correlation among this both cost, and for that we are having one basic formula that is known as economic ordering quantity, which is basically a magical formula which would show us that how much quantity we would be ordering, and there would be a minimum cost, that is, it is a intersection point of ordering cost and carrying cost. Let's look at the diagram first. See, whenever we are seeing the diagram, whenever we place more number of order, so the ordering cost goes down. Like for example, if quantity is increased, this is our quantity and this is our cost, so whenever we increase the quantity, the ordering cost goes down. But in the same way, if we increase the quantity, the carrying cost would be more. So intersection of ordering cost and holding cost is our EOQ quantity, and the total cost is our EOQ cost. So that's basic formula which we have derived for economic ordering quantity. We would be seeing the economic ordering quantity, but first let's look the assumptions of economic ordering quantity model. See, these are the basic assumptions. Like for that, like we have to apply economic ordering quantity, the assumptions should be known to us, that demand for the product is known and it remains constant throughout the period. Means when the person who is ordering the goods, he is knowing that my demand for the product is how much, and there is a constant throughout for the period, means the supplier will continue giving me the goods. The second is lead time remains constant. Now I want to explain what do you mean by lead time. So basically lead time means the time when we place the order and the goods we get. So the basic duration between the order placed and when we receive the goods that time is basically known as lead time. So every time lead time should be constant. Like if we place an order and the goods would be given to us on third day, so lead time should remain constant, means at every order we will receive the goods on third day. So this is again one of the assumption of economic ordering quantity. Price per unit remains constant irrespective of order size. So again this is a myth, you can say, that every time whenever you order, whether in a bulk or individual unit, the price would remain same. The next is cost per order remains constant irrespective of order size. How much big order, bulk order we give or individual order we give, the product size or product cost would remain same. Carrying cost is based on average inventory. It is a good example. Like carrying cost would be on the basis of average inventory hold per year. We would be seeing it in our sum. Next is all demand for the product will be satisfied. So this is again an important thing. So whatever we demand, it would be satisfied by our supplier. So these are the basic assumptions of economic ordering quantity. This is a basic formula, under root 2 into DO upon H. We will see the initials. D plays for annual demand, O plays for ordering cost, C plays for holding cost. So this is a basic and small formula that we have to remember. See, this is again an important topic of the day, the reorder point level. Whenever we place or whenever we just try to place an order, when it is like, for example, when we place the order, so we should know the reserve level. Like in our Activa or any car, we are seeing that speedometer or a fuel gauge. So whenever the fuel gauge reaches at that red level, that is our reserve level, we try to fill our car's petrol. Same way, the inventory also has a red, or you can say danger level. In their words, it is known as a reorder level. So whenever the order or whenever the utilization of inventory falls below reorder level, no, here we have to place the order. Whenever we are placing the order, the goods would be delivered here, so our inventory will become again full. So here this time is basically known as a lead time. This time is basically known as a lead time, and cycle continues. The same thing is explained in the PPT, just go through it. So this is the formula of reorder level. It is basically affected by two different things. It is affected by average daily demand and lead time. So we would be seeing all the things in when we will be doing the numerical sums. Most important topic of the day, total cost of inventory. See, this is most important thing. We should know what is the total cost. So now for that we should know the formula. So first is annual purchase cost. So that is our number of demand, that is annual demand, into cost per unit. So we will get the total cost, or you can say cost for year whatever we have purchased. Second is ordering cost. So ordering cost, here order cost would be there, but it would be multiplied by demand upon quantity. So that's why demand upon order quantity, like order size, we would be seeing here Q represents for EOQ, but we will see in a sum there are certain changes that we have to adopt as per the requirement of numericals. Second is holding cost. Again the same, H stands for holding cost or annual holding cost per unit, and here Q is your quantity or EOQ divided by 2. So this is a basic formula that you have to remember. See, this is our first numerical. It is very easy. We are having an annual demand of 1000 unit. We are having ordering cost of 5 rupees per order. We are having holding cost of 1.25 per year and per unit, and we are having lead time of 5 days, and cost per unit is 12.5 rupees. So the three things we need to find out, that is economic ordering quantity, reorder point, and total cost. We would be moving step by step. Just note down the notations, or you can say the initials, like D is equal to 1000 unit, O is 5 rupees per order, that is your ordering cost, H is your holding cost 1.25 per unit, L is 5 days, that is lead time, C is your 12.5. Okay, first we would be solving economic ordering quantity. Just see the formula and just put it the new numbers in a formula, you will get the answer. So 2 into 1000 into 5 divided by 1.25. so we get 89.4. So now we are rounding off, it is 89 units. So your economic ordering quantity is 89 units. Now we are moving towards the reorder level. So reorder level, we need to find out average demand and lead time. So for average demand, like here there was nothing mentioned, so 1000 unit for 1 year, so 1000 divided by 365 into 5, so that would give me 13.7. so it is approximately 14 units. So my inventory, if it is falling below 14 units, then I have to place the order. So that is the appropriate, you can say, answer for this question. The third is total cost. We know the formula, that is DC, that is your demand into cost per unit, plus demand, that is your EOQ demand, or sorry, that is your annual demand upon quantity is your EOQ quantity, into the ordering cost, that is 5 rupees per unit, plus again EOQ or quantity upon 2 into holding cost, that is 1.25. so this comes your total cost to 12,611 rupees 0.81. So students, hopefully is this example clear? If not, you just go back to my video and review it, you will get an idea. So thank you.